Thank you, Liesl. A little over a month ago, you were introduced to our next Miss South Africa, Bokang Montjane. I had the privilege of meeting her almost 7 years ago as the winner of Miss Teen Limpopo. Bokang, it's great to have you on the Expresso set with us. Thanks for coming in this early and for looking this good at 7:30 in the morning.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for inviting me.
Now, this marks the first month of your reign as Miss South Africa. Tell me about some of your highlights.
It's been quite exciting, obviously. I mean, the interviews I've had to do and a few appearances. It's just, at the beginning, it's quite overwhelming because, you know, you think you're really prepared for something like this, but it's really a life-changing experience. It really just turns your whole life upside down, inside out.
I'm sure.
In a good way, though.
I'm sure for most girls in South Africa, they'd love to have that life-changing experience.
Definitely.
As Miss South Africa, you have the privilege of getting an audience with our president, Jacob Zuma. Now, you've had that already. Tell me about that meeting. Something you learned from that, something he said.
You know, he did walk up to me to tell me that he's extremely proud of me and that I should definitely make the country proud. And I threw in a few things that I'm planning to do for this year, and just to give him an idea, because, I mean, I had 5 minutes to make a great impression. And I think I did quite well.
Good. You got 5 minutes to make an impression here too, which is great. We might talk about that a bit later, but I think education was a key issue there, wasn't it?
Yes, it was. I did say on stage that if I had a person that I would love to interview, would be him. And what I would ask him is, could the youth, as the youth of South Africa, join forces with the government and try and improve the education in South Africa? So that is something I'm really looking into improving this year.
I think you must do that. Now, you hail from Limpopo.
Yes.
You had some wonderful homecoming experience, didn't you, a little while ago? Tell me about that.
Yes, I did. Well, you know, Limpopo is one province where we really practice what we call the spirit of Ubuntu, Ubuntu. You know, everyone came together. I mean, from the premier to practically everyone in the province, just to make my welcoming back home celebration quite special. It really meant a lot to me.
That's great. Queen for a day, or queen for a year, actually, which is true. Now, you're the 53rd Miss South Africa.
Yes.
Would you say of the 52 other Miss South Africas, there's one that stands out as an icon of the title and one that you really look up to?
I think the one specific woman, it would have to be Basetsana. I mean, she did quite well for herself, and she really used the title to make sure that it does not just benefit her, but other people too. And I think that's exactly the whole idea of Miss South Africa. You get empowered and you get an opportunity as an empowered young woman in South Africa to actually go out and empower other people.
Okay,
yeah.
So you've been given the platform. What are you going to do with that platform?
Well, I think, like I said already, the two things I'll be focusing on is teenage pregnancy and education. And into the teenage pregnancy aspect, I'll be putting in, because now I own my own modeling and confidence school called Bokang Legacy. So it will, part of the things we'll be doing is instilling self-esteem and confidence, especially in the young girls in South Africa, because I think that's quite important. That's something we really need to take seriously.
Okay. I wanted to ask you a tough question, and I've been saving this. So here's your tough question for the morning. And everyone says, he's the meanie, but people say that beauty pageants are celebrating a God-given gift, and they almost falsely elevate the value of being pretty in society. Now, what would you say to something like that?
When you bring God in the picture, I would just say, if you go through the book of Esther, you realize that God uses her beauty so she can go out there and save the nation. And I think when you look at that, from it in a religious way, you can say, I've been used, my beauty is being used, I've been given a platform to actually go out there, because that's where the scripture comes in that says, maybe it is for a time such as this that you are made queen. So I feel exactly that way. Maybe it is a time such as this that I'm made queen of South Africa to go out and make a difference and impact.
Brilliant. I hope so, Bokang. That's great. At times such as this, to make a change.
True.
And Esther saved the entire Jewish nation.
That is
and
true.
risked her life doing that. So you might be called on to risk your life. Who knows? A year from now, how would you like to be remembered?
A year from now, I want to be remembered as a young woman who really used this platform to make a huge difference and impact the youth of South Africa. I think what young people really need is someone who's a great role model, someone they can look up to, someone who actually says to them, look at me, it's actually possible. Dream big, do not be afraid, do not limit yourself.
Okay, so it's almost do as I do.
Yes. I think it's about time the young people of South Africa have that kind of an attitude and say, listen, this is what I want and I'm going to go for it. And they need to know that, of course, you will have those challenges somewhere along the way. You're going to fall flat on your face, but you need to just get up and keep focused and say, this is what I want and I'm going to make sure I strive for it.
I want to come back to something you said earlier about confidence.
Yes.
I mean, you run a confidence school. What would you say is the key to confidence in young people? What's that secret ingredient? Because you obviously have it.
Yes, embracing your own uniqueness. I mean, especially you look at a competition such as Miss SA, there'll always be someone looking better than you, someone with a slimmer body, someone like this, like that. But, you know, the most important thing is you just embracing.
So you standing on stage thinking, oh, she's got a better body than me.
No, what I'm saying is, you must never look at the next person. Embrace who you are. Love who you are and love yourself for the way you are. If you've got curves, love them. They are yours, and chances are they're going to be there forever. So, I mean, the main idea when it comes to confidence is just you accepting yourself and loving yourself just the way you are and the way you were created.
Great message, Bokang. Thank you. This is who God made me, and this is who I am.
Love
I'm
yourself,
celebrating
Michael.
that. I love that, Bokang. Thank you for your time. We'll see you tomorrow on Expresso. We've got Kurt Schoonrad and how to change a tattoo. Goodbye. God bless.